Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Joe Flash, and today I'm here to make you an update real quick. So, I wasn't too sure if I really wanted to make this update video today for Thanksgiving. Well, it's kind of sort of the end of Thanksgiving. I mean, it's only like 11:11 right now. It's almost about to be midnight pretty soon at 12, but you could say Thanksgiving is over. It's still kind of today, but we're about to almost reach Friday, the day after Thanksgiving pretty soon here. But anyway, so I wasn't too sure if I wanted to make this video today or not. Because I was just doing some stuff. Like, I wasn't really too busy. All I just did was had a family gathering for Thanksgiving early afternoon, and then, hanged with a couple next door neighbors who were friends of mine and stuff like that. And then I fell back to sleep after a little while because I was just tired. So I wasn't really too sure if I was going to, but I figured I'd go ahead and do it because, even though I wasn't sure if I even was going to want to do anything, a special video for Thanksgiving, but I figured I'd go ahead and let y'all know here because I didn't have anything better to do, so I thought, you know what, this year for Thanksgiving, I'm going to give the fans something that maybe they'll appreciate and they'll love to hear about regarding this update video, you know what I mean? So anyway, and it's appropriate that I make this video because also I'm wearing my Equestria Girls shirt that Alex got me for my birthday last year when I turned 20, so it's very more appropriate that I'm wearing this shirt for this video. So as you know about this channel, this channel here, Joe Flash 6.7 Lives, is basically about the series that me and my best friend Alex have been working on called Reboot meets Equestria Girls. This channel is mainly surrounding about that. I mean, there was a few other videos on the channel before the series began, but mostly it's relating to My Little Pony Equestria Girls content and just mostly about the series and stuff as what we're recently doing. We started the series about we confirmed that we wanted to do this last year, and then we started working on the trailer as well as the first episode earlier this year, so it took nearly almost the whole year for us to finally start making it work. We released the trailer about sometime in June, and then we released the first episode of the series around August the 30th, and we're currently working on episode 2 right now, as we are aware of. I talked to Alex earlier today about it to see how it's going, and things are still going good. He's working on some of the scenes because he's in charge of the animation and stuff, so he's doing the animation for the characters as well as getting in the voice lines from the voice actors to program animation talking for the Equestria Girl characters, and all that stuff. So he only just started though. He's just waiting for everybody else to send in their voice clips so that way we can get it ready and we can start officially doing more and to hopefully get it finished by December, I guess, because next week is going to be the last week of November before December starts. So we're hoping to maybe release this episode about approximately December. We was going to say about the end of November or the beginning of December, but no idea, so we're hoping that sometime around we'll try to at least release it by then, you know what I mean? So, anyway, I have a very important update to y'all about the series, one that you're going to really like, that I really think a lot of you are going to be very happy about this. So, if you guys remember, a few months ago or something, I released an update video talking about how there was a possible chance that Real Meets Equestria Girls was going to possibly maybe or maybe not get canceled because we don't know if it's still happening yet, but next month in December, there was a possibility that my parents and I may or may not move out of this house that we've been living in for so many years. My uncle in particular wants to sell this house because this is a really old house. Like, it's old enough that my dad used to live here when he was a kid, so that's how old this house is. There was a possibility of him saying he wanted to maybe sell this house, possibly this year or sometime around. Even if it doesn't happen this year, he's still going to plan it at some point, so we'll have to still move one day, whether it's this year or not. But he wants to sell the house and want us to live somewhere else. So, he wants to live somewhere else and we want to live ourselves as well, but we don't know if it's going to happen this year or not. But if it does, that was when I made the update video regarding on if Real Meets Equestria Girls may or may not get canceled, because I had no potential plan on wanting like that to happen at all. I wasn't even prepared from when my dad told me about that. So there was a possibility that it was going to probably be on hold and put in jeopardy because of that, so I had to update you guys, letting you know about the series maybe not getting canceled, or maybe so because of the moving, because me and my best friend Alex are the two main stars along with the Equestria Girls of the series, and we're both stars, as I said, so if the moving takes place, then this could put it in jeopardy, because the thing is if we do move, we have no idea where we're going to move to. We don't know if we're going to stay living around here and just find a new place to live, or if we're going to move down to Alex's location, or maybe move to that other location that I'm talking about, move down to the other location where, it's not, like, close to my location or Alex's location, but it's not like too far either. But if we move anywhere further than if me and my parents, if we move any further than those 3 locations I'm wanting to hope we move to, then that was where I was possibly thinking the series could be put in jeopardy and why it may get canceled, because I don't know how I was going to be able to continue on with the series if Alex is no longer with me to be able to star in the series with me, because we worked to get on this together. I asked him if he wanted to do this. He said yes. He even wanted to be the star of the series as well along with me, so this was also another reason why. So yeah, so I was telling y'all about that. So like I said, I made the update telling y'all about it. I know some of y'all definitely were not too happy to hear it, and some of y'all were praying to hope that maybe the series did not get canceled or wasn't going to get canceled. I was hoping for the best as well. I didn't know what was going to happen. We still don't know what was going to happen about the life-changing situation, if it'll happen this year or not or whatever. I'm really wanting to hope not, because there are some things that me and Alex, as well as maybe a couple of other the cast members, because some of our friends are some of the cast members of the series, hoping we can do some stuff next year if I'm still around, or if none of us moves. I don't know. But anyway, the good news about this, though, is that regardless of this happening, so a lot of you guys were really begging to hope that the series would still continue, even if the moving takes place. Now, I wasn't too sure about that at first, because I can't really imagine the series going in a different... At the time, I couldn't imagine the series going in a different direction without me and Alex starring in the series, because, we worked so hard on this together and all that stuff. So that's why. But although I did come to conclusion about realizing how famous TV series and stuff did do that, like they either rebooted or they just revamped like the casting and all that stuff when somebody had to leave the series and all that stuff, it was definitely proven very well. Like 2 of the best examples I could think of is that 70s show and 2.5 Men. They're some of the most famous shows. That 70s show, like on the very last season 2, the stars, Eric and Kelso left, and so, then the group was a little bit smaller. But unfortunately, the newer seasons without them didn't really live up to the hype for fans compared to the other seasons. And then the same thing with 2.5 Men for the final season. One of the original cast that was with Alan, Charlie and Alan were the main stars of the series, but Charlie left at the final season for certain reasonings, and then he was replaced by Ashton Kutcher, who plays Kelso in that 70s show. He starred as the new main star along with Alan. And that unfortunately didn't even do too well either. It was really criticized and all that stuff, you know what I mean? And that's something I was a bit worried about too, because I was afraid that if we do try to reboot this whole series, start back from the beginning with the first episode, or just try to continue on with the new, location as well as removal of a cast member, it was not probably going to live up to hype, because when some people, when they try to reboot a series or when they try to change the casting, it doesn't always live up to the hype for fans. Like, it leaves fans disappointed, it leaves them sad, angry, and all that stuff, and then they don't like some of the new cast members. So that was another reason why I was a little concerned about if this was going to happen, if I really wanted to continue the series regardless if it happened, if it was going to be rebooted, or if we were still going to continue and try to rescript something on how we could possibly make the series still continue on if I do have a new location to move to, and if I'm not living close next to my best friend Alex, for us to still continue on together. Because we really don't want to disappoint y'all, because we made this series to entertain y'all and for y'all to be happy and stuff like that. So we really don't want to disappoint y'all, although unfortunately I maybe did upset some people from that one video I deleted when I accidentally revealed location on where we were living at, when I showed y'all a video of a possible location we wanted to hope to film at if the series does still continue in this location of a park that I have around here in my hometown. But I revealed the actual locations, like I said, the name of the states, and that did unfortunately upset someone. Like, he wasn't upset, he was just trying to help me that I revealed the location, and, he kind of got on to me about it, saying I made the mistake. By the time when I replied to him, though, I didn't understand what he meant until I talked to Alex about it. Then I understood, so then I deleted the video and all that stuff, because I said the locations. It's hard for me to try not to say our hometowns in these videos, because, it's really hard to explain it in a different kind of way, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And I'm kind of a truthful person, and sometimes I can be a little bit too truthful as well, so that's another thing. But anyway, no worries about that. But so I wasn't too sure about it, but eventually I've come really hard to decide on it and much more. Plus, listening to you guys as well, because you guys really wanted to hope the series still continue, and you guys really wanted us to still, or me and Alex to still continue this, even if the movie takes place. Like, I really was not sure if it would, but you guys really wanted to still continue because y'all seemed to be really happy with it, even though we just only started with one episode. Y'all seemed to really be enjoying it at the beginning, and you really wanted to keep going. Plus, Anna, who also voices Fluttershy in the series, who's one of our friends as well, also was wanting it to still continue and was advising maybe we could rescript some of the episodes or maybe reboot it and stuff. Even she was advising on that. So after thinking really, really hard about it and thinking about how much I've dreamed about this series, because even though I officially came up with the idea on wanting to do this last year with Alex, I've dreamed of this for a very, very long time. Like, recently, I've been looking through, like, every single week, usually. If you have YouTube Studios, it'll let you know about your weekly recap of, like, the most viewed videos on your channel, and as well as give you some questions and much more like that. And almost for the past few weeks, some of my most viewed videos that I've been receiving a lot of views of recently on my first channel, Joe Flash 6.7, was a video where I reacted to Fluttershy meeting Fluttershy in the real world 3D animation, and that video has been getting quite some views as of recently. And I mentioned it before about how I was hoping maybe we could make it work, like if I was to just maybe hoping that maybe one day I'd come up with 3D animation models for the Equestria Girls characters if I was to make a series. So I've dreamed of the series for a very, very long time, like way more than some of y'all may even know. So that's how long I've dreamed for it for. But since I didn't know how to make animations and stuff, and I didn't have any friends that probably would be interested in doing this with me and stuff, that's why I didn't officially start coming up with ideas until then. I started becoming best friends with Alex, and we had something in common, being My Little Pony fans, and then that's when I asked him if he wanted to do this. Plus, he was in web design, so he learned in high school, so that was another thing. So there was that. So anyway, so as I said, because I've come to conclusion to think about it a lot about if I was wanting it to do it or not, but after a lot of discussing about myself in my head, talking to Alex about it, as well as taking advice from you, as well as Anna, and much more, I've ultimately decided that the good news is, which you probably may have already guessed it by now, that the series will continue, ladies and gentlemen. We Will Meet the Equestria Girls is still going to continue regardless. It will not get canceled after all. So I made my decision. I'm going to continue on with the series. I will not let it get canceled. I will not scrap it. I will not cancel on it, give up on it. I will still continue on with the series. Me and Alex will still continue with the series regardless. So that's the good news. So I hope you guys are excited about that. Many of y'all were really hoping it wouldn't be. So there you go, guys. It'll still continue. We just don't know what will happen if the moving does take place and I don't stay close to Alex to still continue filming with him so we could both be starring in the series. We don't know that if where we'll move to, and if we do move, I don't know if we will rescript an episode of the series or rescript some of the other episodes, because there was some other original scripts we had for later episodes as well, even though I haven't scripted it yet, but I threw some ideas out at Alex on how we could book them. If the movie takes place and I'm not close with Alex for us to still continue together, co-starring together in the series, then, we would have to rescript some things. I didn't know if I was either going to want to rescript the episodes or if we wanted to reboot them. Possibly, I think I may go with rescripting some of the episodes, although maybe some of y'all may say rebooting, I don't know. But you can let me know in the comments down below. Do you think that maybe me and Alex, if the movie takes place and I'm at a new location where if he's no longer able to star with me because I'm too far away from him, let me know in the comments down below. Do you think we should rescript some of the episodes? Or do you think we should rescript the future episodes? Or do you think we should reboot it and go back to the beginning with episode 1 where it's just rebooted, where basically it's just taking place at my new location, where it's just the whole thing being at the very beginning again? Because I don't know. I really do not know. I rather would do rescripting because maybe it would be easier, but maybe y'all would probably say maybe reboot it. I don't know. Maybe I could even talk to Alex about maybe putting a YouTube poll on my second channel, maybe asking you guys what should be best, and maybe we'll see what happens. I don't know, but I just thought I'd let you know. So that's the good news, is that the series will still continue. We just don't know what will happen because, like I said, we don't know for sure yet if we're moving yet or not, if my uncle's going to sell this house and if we have to move or whatsoever. So we don't know. I mean, if we don't move and if we're still here by next year, then we'll still stay to the original scripting plans. But, can't count that we're going to be here forever because eventually at some point we are going to have to move one day. He really is planning on selling this house, my uncle, so we're not going to stay here forever regardless. So we will have to move one day. We just don't know when. We don't know if it's going to happen next month or if it's going to happen another time. My mom tries to tell me not to get too carried away or worried about it, but it's very concerning as well. Plus, I also have a job as well, and I've been enjoying my job over where I'm working at here in my location, so it would be disappointing if I had to leave the job too soon because of a life-changing situation, because my boss really likes me. I haven't been called into work as of recently because they have new employees at the job site, so, they've been trying to train the new employees, so I haven't been called into my job recently, so almost for about a month now, I've just been staying home doing my thing. Kind of had a lot more free time, been sleeping, been really bored. So I could have been making a lot more videos by then, but I didn't know what to think of because I'm kind of running out of ideas for YouTube videos. So, I recently finished a series. I finished reacting to a series on my first YouTube channel, JoeFlash6.7, where then I was telling some fans about some ideas about what I may decide to do, but then also maybe getting some suggestions on what maybe I should react to if I decide to check out more MLP-related content and stuff, because that's another thing. It's even hard for me to find MLP content for me to react to on my first channel. It's really becoming a difficult situation, so I asked some fans if they knew it. The man that requested me to react to a series, like, his name's Can Do Studios. I checked out one of his series on his channel. I finished reacting to it on my first channel. He requested it, but I searched it up when he requested it, and it was basically just an actual episode of MLP, I think. I'm not sure. I can't actually react to real episodes. That would be cool if I was to actually react to real episodes of the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic series or even Equestria Girls on my channel. But Hasbro and stuff, it's copyright, so I can't take a risk with that. You know what I'm saying? I can't afford to risk it, so it would be cool, but it's very risky. When I used to have my old channel in 2016 called the Superboy1356, which is where I originally started making videos before I started making videos on my first YouTube channel, JoeFlash6.7, in 2017, because I was just impatient because I dreamed of becoming a YouTuber. I didn't used to care about copyright strikes at all, believe it or not. I just didn't care about all that stuff, so I reacted to all 4 of the MLP Equestria Girl films. I had it on DVD and I just reacted to it, and yeah, they all immediately got copyright claimed or even copyright striked, and they weren't visible on YouTube for fans to check out. So I just didn't care, but I've learned a lot more to be more careful and stuff, so I've been doing a lot better since then. So, I've been trying to keep myself non-copyrighted and all that stuff. So it's really hard to know what's copyrighted, what's not, or what to avoid it, and even avoid copyright claims as well, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. But anyway, so back on the series, I can at least tell you that we don't know if we will or not, but my best friend Alex and I have been talking about it, that we might start filming for episode 3 maybe sometime next month. I don't know, because there was an original ending that I had for episode 3, but then I talked to him about the potential way about me moving, so I was thinking that maybe if the moving takes place, if it does have to happen, maybe I was thinking about coming with an alternative ending for episode 3, where it's the same script as episode 3, but there's a new alternative ending, where, basically, when I put it in the script, because I have to work on the script for it, I haven't written the script for episode 3 yet, but I do need to get working on it pretty soon if we're going to guarantee get this done before the film. I have an original ending for episode 3, but if the moving takes place, then I had an idea for an alternative ending where basically it's extra scene added to the original ending, where basically the final scene ending of episode 3 is basically going to be at my new location. We're going to come up with this idea on how we can make it work, you know what I'm saying? Although maybe we could save that stuff for episode 4, but I want it to be in for episode 3 as an alternative ending, because it would make fans be a lot more questionable and be a lot more interested and curious on what's going to happen, you know what I mean, if the alternative ending takes place where we're in one basically, that's what it is. If the alternative ending has to happen for episode 3, it's going to be at my new location. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I want to rescript episode 3. It's going to be still the same script as the original script, but it's just going to have an alternative ending in case if the moving takes place. You know what I'm saying? So we can't guarantee that for sure anyway, but when I do work on the script, I'll add the original ending and alternative ending. So, when I write the scripts down in Google Docs, I'll put parentheses in for when Alex and other people view it, and I'll just say original ending, and then I'll say alternative ending, depending on the situation. But if me and Alex are going to film episode 3 before the move, we will need to get taken care of really, really fast before the moving. So, we're going to have to hope that maybe we could spend a day where we're both not too busy working or anything like that. And we can just hang out one day and just do some filming and all that kind of stuff. I can at least tell you that most of the filming for episode 3 is going to be in a new location. Like, there is still going to be some scenes taking place here in my house, but episode 3 is going to take place something different. Like, you'll see what I mean. Like, when episode 2 comes out, that will kind of make a hint for episode 3, as you'll see whenever episode 2 does come out. But that's all I can just say. There's going to be a new location to film at for episode 3. There's going to be some scenes here at home as well, so pretty much in terms of filming, I can get the filming in here at home taken care of for episode 3 by myself, but then most of the mass majority of scenes taking place in episode 3 is going to be at a new location. So that's the part where we're going to have to hang out, and we're going to be having to take turns being camera people, recording and stuff like that. Maybe even bring my ring light, I don't know. And, and all that kind of stuff. So, we don't know how it's going to work, you know what I mean? It's going to be really hard to, try to get this all together. It's going to be very, very difficult. So, we're hoping we can get this, I don't know what else to say, but that's all I really wanted to tell y'all. I just thought this would be a good Thanksgiving gift to y'all, just to tell y'all that Real Will Meet the Equestria Girls will not get canceled. It will still continue, regardless of what happens. You guys wanted me to have this continue. You guys really didn't want this to get canceled. Neither did our cast members, such as Anna, who voicing Fluttershy. Neither did they want to see it get canceled either. So we're going to continue it no matter what. But we just don't know what exactly will happen on how, future episodes or, the scripts of, some of the episodes is going to be booked on if the moving takes place or not. Because, like I said, we don't even know if we're going to move out of this house next month, or if we're even going to move to a new location, if we're going to, when the moving takes place, if we're going to still be here, or if we're going to move down to Alex's location or move down to another location, or if it's going to be even further away, which is where then we have to come up with that alternative ending for episode 3 as I'm talking about. So we don't know. We can't confirm anything. The answers to this whole life-changing possible situation will not be answered till sometime next month in December or so. Whenever answers do come around on what's going to happen, that's when I'll update y'all by then to tell you what's going to happen, and even let everybody know on social media, tell everybody on what's going to happen, because, I have a lot of friends here in my location as well as Alex's location, so even they would need to know too, so that way they'll know that there's a possibility I may not get to see them anymore, even try to plan a reunion and stuff like that, hangs out and stuff, because there's some friends that I do hang out with every once in a while, and if I move, it's going to be really hard to hang out with them anymore because I won't be near them, you know what I'm saying? So that's another reason why I'm hoping I won't move, because I really do not want to say goodbye to my friends that I have here in my location as well as Alex's location. So really would be extremely disappointing, because I've even been talking with some other friends of mine about possibly group hangout ideas on what we could do, but we don't know if they can be guaranteed because we don't know if the movie's going to take place or not as well. So yeah. Plus, I really would love to go back to HarmonyCon again next month. That's one of the things I love to hope to do if I'm still living here next month, is hope to go to HarmonyCon again. I really would like to go back again next month along with Alex. We want to try to, so it would be disappointing if we move, because then if we move too far, I'm not going to be able to guarantee go there, you know what I'm saying? And there's a couple of other things I'm hoping to do next year with some of my friends as well, but then I had to tell them about the life-changing situation on how it may not even happen, because if we move, then I can't, so there's some stuff I want to hope to do next year in 2024 if the moving does not take place, or if we don't move too far, you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of questions regarding about this life-changing situation on if it will happen or not. So like I said, we really have to wait till sometime in December before those answers will be answered. So it's really a very questionable situation, you know what I'm saying? And plus my family, we like to gather around for Thanksgiving and Christmas as well. And plus, I'm hoping that maybe we'll still be here. We can even see them again for Christmas, because, it would be kind of disappointing if me and my parents didn't get to see them one last time for Christmas before the move. So hopefully that won't happen either, because really would be very disappointing if we moved too soon and, we didn't get to say goodbye to the family, and that kind of stuff, or even tell them, about it. I mean, I did tell some of them and all that kind of stuff, but it was just hard to keep up, because I was just mainly telling some of them about the series and stuff. I was just telling them some stories, some of them and all that, because I'm kind of just like dad and mom now. I just like to get around. We just talk, I don't play like the kids do, and stuff, because I mean, I still play with them sometimes, but not as much as I used to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did play with one of my little cousins and all that, but that was it. Like, she had like a game she wanted us to play where it was like a phone game where, like, you only have a few seconds for the camera takes a picture and you have to try to avoid being not in the shot, which sounded kind of interesting, but I was the only one that was playing with her, so it wasn't as entertaining. But at least, she wasn't alone, at least, you know what I mean? Because most of the cousins were leaving at that time, so, she was the only other person she had left to play with was her little brother, and that was it, you know what I mean? But anyway, regardless of all that stuff, none of that's important. What's more important is that I told you all the good news about the update about the series being still continued, regardless of what happens if I do move or not, so that's all I really wanted to tell you about, but I thought I'd throw a few extra stuff in there just to let you know about some stuff as well. So, like I said, we still can't 100% confirm everything, but that's all I really wanted to tell you. So I really hope you guys are super happy that the series will still continue regardless if the move does happen or not for me. I'm really glad you guys have shown support. I continue to look back on the episode of We Will Meet the Equestria Girls episode 1 as well as the trailer. It still continues to receive reviews. First episode in particular of We Will Meet the Equestria Girls still continues to receive great reviews. I remember yesterday it had 66,000 views, and then just earlier today when I was hanging with the family, I looked back at it on YouTube and then it was 67,000 views. So even though the views aren't going up as high or as fast as they used to when it first uploaded, it's still receiving great reviews. The likes are still going up, comments are still coming in, so it really lets you know how many bronies out there are really interested in what we're doing, and I'm really glad you guys are. To let you know that in episode 2, we're hoping to improve on the animation and voice acting as well, because there was some criticisms regarding episode 1 of the voice acting as well as the animation. I mean, Alex and I, we're not perfect. Nobody's perfect, so obviously we're not going to be able to completely replicate the animations and talking animations or the voice acting and stuff like from the original show by Hasbro. So we're just trying to get it as close as possible. We're trying to keep the characters as close to themselves as possible, like keep them true to themselves. We're doing the best manner that we can, you know what I'm saying? But we will at least admit, I can at least admit to you that we're trying to hope to improve with episode 2 is what I could say. So hopefully when We Will Meet the Equestria Girls episode 2 comes out, hopefully you guys will be excited. Can't wait for that. We don't know when it'll be released. Well, I'll definitely be sure to make another update video telling y'all about the initial release date for episode 2 whenever there is an initial release date. So yeah, it's still great that I'm doing this. It wasn't even for Joey O and Jared who made the Pony Meets World series inspiring me to do this, I wouldn't even be doing this. It's all still thanks to Joey O and Jared, who are the stars of the Pony Meets World series on YouTube, that inspired me to do this. Not to mention that I even got to meet Joey O back at HarmonyCon in February, and then I even got to talk to Jared when he went live at the beginning of August as well on his channel as well. Which, speaking of which, earlier this afternoon, Joey O and Jared, believe it or not, actually made some update videos on their channels, believe it or not. It's some exciting news. It's really, really exciting. Even I was excited. I mean, I already knew about it before then because I have Twitter/X, so they announced it on there. Or at least Jared did before, now him and Joey are both acknowledging it on YouTube. But it's really good news. It's very, very exciting. So if you guys want to see what the exciting news is regarding to what Joey O and Jared are talking about, you can go check it on their channels right now. I can leave the links to their channels down below in the description if you guys want to go subscribe and check and go view Joey O and Jared's channels. Joey O has 2 channels. He has a main channel as well as a Peacock archive channel where it talks about old content he used to make on his first channel. It's re-uploads of content he used to make, archives and stuff. And then Jared has a channel as well. So if you guys want to see what the exciting news is from Jared and Joey O, go subscribe to them right now. I'll leave the links to their channels down below for y'all to go check it out. I would tell you what it is, but it's a good surprise, so I don't want to tell y'all, especially for those of you that are probably also a fan of Pony Meets World as well if you're watching this. If you watch, because I know some bronies out there that are watching my We Will Meet the Equestria Girls series. I know some of them are also a fan of the Pony Meets World series as well, so for those of you out there that are also a fan of Joey O and Jared's Pony Meets World series, then definitely go check it out on their channels if you haven't heard about it yet or not. Go see it right now. I won't tell y'all what it is. I'm not going to spoil it. But if you guys have already seen it, then good. Hope you guys are just as exciting as I am. But yeah, so go check it out right now on their channels in regards to what the exciting news is regarding or what they said about. So that's all I have to say. I think that's all I got left to say, ladies and gentlemen. I'm ready to hit it on out of here. Once again, I hope you guys are excited that We Will Meet the Equestria Girls will still continue regarding on if the moving takes place or not for me or not. So I hope you guys are just exciting. I'm glad I decided to keep it going. I really was not too sure if I could at the time when I announced about the possibility of it getting canceled or not, but I'm glad I decided to continue on with it because this has just been something I've dreamed way too much on, so I really just cannot see it go too soon. I mean, I didn't want to be forced to be canceled. I didn't want to make it happen, so I just decided, you know what? I made my decision. I'm going to continue this no matter what. This is too much for me. Like, it means a lot. So, once again, whenever We Will Meet the Equestria Girls episode 2 comes out, I hope you guys will be excited and y'all stay tuned for that. And it was also advising maybe we should have like streaming, well, not stream it, but like have a premiere for it, like premiere episode 2 when it comes out, where like whenever somebody premieres a video, like it just has it on the channel where it's not officially uploaded. It just lets you know what time the video is going to be uploaded, and you can watch it live before it's official on YouTube, where you can just watch it how many times you want to, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but I mean, premiering it wouldn't be a bad idea but I don't know. It doesn't really matter for me because I've never really done premiering or even went live on YouTube before, so I don't know if I would try it, but But anyway, so yeah, once again, whenever there is an initial release date for episode 2 of We Will Meet the Equestria Girls, I will update it on this channel, and whenever it does come out, I hope you guys will be just as excited. I'm looking forward to when episode 2 of We Will Meet the Equestria Girls is finished, and Alex lets me know when it's finished so I can receive it on Google Docs, and then I can upload it on YouTube, tell you all the initial release date as well. Definitely cannot wait, and I hope to find out more about the answers on what's going to happen next month and if the movie takes place or not. But regardless of what happens, none of that matters. We Will Meet the Equestria Girls will still continue, so glad that I decided on that. I hope you guys are too. So I'm ready to hit, and maybe I will put up a YouTube poll. Maybe I might even talk to Alex about it. Maybe asking y'all about what maybe we should do if the movie takes place. Should we reboot the whole series, or should we just rescript episode 3 like how I'm wanting to? Like, that's what I'm wanting to do for episode 3, is rescript it where I have an alternative ending for episode 3 on if the movie takes place. But do you guys think that should happen? Should we rescript the whole like season, or should we like reboot it from the very, very beginning again? What do you guys think? Maybe I might put a poll on YouTube asking y'all about it. Maybe, I don't know if I will. I'll talk to Alex about it, but I don't know. If you guys think that, if you guys think that one of those is a good idea or what you think would be better, you can you can put a comment down below. Let me know what you think is best. But anyway, that's all I got left to say, ladies and gentlemen. I'm ready to head on out of here. So I hope you guys enjoy yourself. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving as well. Happy Thanksgiving to you all. I maybe didn't do a lot this year for Thanksgiving, but it was still totally worth it to see the family. It's always worth to see the family because it's very rare to see them these days for me and my parents. So it's always great to gather around. So I hope you guys are taking care. I'll see y'all next time. Like I said, if there's more updates in regarding to We Will Meet the Equestria Girls, we will continue to update y'all on YouTube. I did continue to update y'all whenever we needed new voice actors for some of the characters. We got the whole cast full. All the main 7 characters have all 7 separate voice actors. So that's another thing that's exciting to me about episode 2, is that all the main 7 characters will have their own solo voice actors. So yeah. So, once again, hope you guys stay tuned for episode 2 of We Will Meet the Equestria Girls whenever it's released. But until then, I'll see y'all next time. So I hope y'all take care. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I'll see y'all hopefully very, very soon. So that'll be it for today, guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Dislike to give it a thumbs down. Be sure to share this with all your friends, definitely. If there's other people that are a fan of We Will Meet the Equestria Girls as well, be sure to definitely share this video with your friends. But until then, to all you boys, men, and guys out there, fist bumps good all of you. Until the girls, ladies, and women out there, kisses got to all of you. But until then, this is Joe Flash signing off, and have a good day. Happy Thanksgiving.